Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode, day number 318 of the 365-day trivia road trip. Today the quiz comes from one of my favorite trivia writers. He just writes good quizzes. They need very little attention. I can just cut them from the Word document, paste them into the video editor, and read you the questions. Ricky3 has sent in a couple of trivia quizzes. We're going to play one today. 21 questions. Good luck. Question number 1. As of September 2023, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has included 9 original TV shows on Disney+, not including the studio's other shows that were added retroactively. But what was the first live-action show that Marvel Studios released, which takes place mostly in the very fictional town of Westview? That show was called WandaVision. Question number 2. What company is responsible for manufacturing the best-selling model of cell phone of all time, with a sales figure of over 250 million units, a record which has stood for well over a decade? What company sold that model? You don't have to tell me the model, but you gotta tell me the company. You might be thinking iPhone or Samsung, but you'd be wrong. It was the Nokia 1100 from Nokia. Question number 3. Nokia was the world's largest vendor of cell phones in the world for a decade starting in 1998. The company is over 150 years old and originally began as what type of installation, which converts wood chips into fiber boards for later processing at a paper mill? They call that kind of shop a pulp mill. Question number 4. Formerly known as the Nyasaland, this thin, long country in southeastern Africa borders Zambia, Mozambique, and Tanzania. What is this country, which is nicknamed the Warm Heart of Africa, and whose eastern border is almost entirely comprised of a lake with the same name? The answer is Malawi. Question number 5. The Super Bowl has served as the annual championship game in the NFL since 1966. Which two teams are the only ones to have won the Vince Lombardi Trophy, which is the prize for winning the Super Bowl, a record 6 times since its inception? We know one, real easy right off the bat, the Patriots with Tom Brady, but the other one is the Steelers. Question number 6. The Rhine Mathematical Papyrus is a relic dating back to 1550 BC that demonstrates the ancient Egyptians' grasp on algebra, arithmetic, and geometry, and shows not only their ability to apply these concepts to their everyday situations, but also a useful understanding of which irrational number. The irrational number we're looking for is pi. Question number 7. According to Peter Zorvig's analysis of the collection of works uploaded to Google Books, E is the most used English letter, which is 1 out of every 8 letters. Which letter is the least used in the English alphabet? It feels like a trick question, because you would be thinking one thing, but it might be something else. But it's actually not. It's actually Z. Z is the least used letter in the alphabet. Question number 8. What educational app with over 500 million users was founded in Pittsburgh in 2011 and has an owl mascot who has been the subject of internet memes depicting him as either passive-aggressive or even malicious about users' recent inactivity? I believe it is a language learning app. The owl mascot is from Duolingo. Question number 9. The third largest PC vendor in the world as of 2023 and the owner of EMC and Alienware. What computer company first went public in 1988, got bought out by its founder with a sizable Microsoft loan in 2013, and then went public again in 2018? I started this channel on a laptop from Dell. Dell is the answer. Question number 10. Tested on October 30th, 1961, this nuclear device marked the climax of the Cold War's nuclear arms development race as the most powerful explosive ever built and tested. What was the apt nickname given to this Russian explosive? It was the biggest bomb ever, or the king of bombs, if you will, called the Tsar Bomba. Question number 11. What smash hit sequel that was released in 2019 surpassed its predecessor by about $170 million at the worldwide box office and is the highest grossing full-length animated feature film released by Walt Disney Animation Studios as of 2023? The highest grossing fully animated feature is Frozen 2. Question number 12. In what 1987 movie does Wesley assume the title Dread Pirate Roberts after learning the trade from the pirate who abducted him, but never stops being the valiant stable boy with a flame for a woman named Buttercup? That is such a good movie. The answer is The Princess Bride. Question number 13. Although man-powered and pedaled versions remain prominent in certain regions today, the Thai tuk-tuk, the Nigerian kiki, the Tanzanian bajaji, the Malagasy posy, and the Cambodian lemurk are all motorized examples of what broader category of vehicle? We're not looking for the word taxi, by the way. What type of vehicle is this? These are motorized versions of the rickshaw. Question 14. What cheesy name has been given to the remains of the oldest complete human skeleton yet unearthed in Britain, which was given this moniker due to the site's proximity to the namesake village of the highest-selling cheese in the world? We're looking for the name of the remains. They call that human skeleton the Cheddar Man. Question number 15. Although the later portion of his career was marked by criminal investigations of communist leanings and errant paternity claims, and eventually barring of re-entry to the U.S., what actor's character, the Tramp, made him a household name and one of the best-known figures to ever grace the silver screen? His name was Charlie Chaplin. Question number 16. Although he's probably best known for co-inventing the aqualung, what man was also a pioneer in underwater cinematography, developing expertise he put to skillful effect when directing The Silent World, which was the only documentary to win the Palme d'Or at Cannes in the whole 20th century? The answer is Jacques Cousteau. Question number 17. Although freestyle is the fastest 100-meter event for women and men according to both Olympic and confirmed world records, which other swim stroke is consistently the second fastest out of the 4 standard individual medley strokes? Freestyle is the fastest. What is the second fastest? It's the second fastest as long as I'm not the one swimming it. This is the butterfly stroke, which I have never learned to do. Question number 18. As of 2023, there are only 12 people who have ever walked on the moon, all between 1969 and 1972. From which branch of the American military did half of these 12 men transfer into the Apollo program? You might guess the United States Air Force, but you would be wrong. They came from the U.S. Navy. Question number 19. Known for writing the memoir 12 Years a Slave, what man was born a free African American and owned land while working as a farmer and a professional violinist in his home state of New York before being drugged and kidnapped and sold into slavery in Louisiana? This writer's name was Solomon Northup. And question 20. Although ether was the standard anesthetic for centuries, perhaps starting as early as the 8th century, modern anesthetics rely on the triad of anesthesia, which generally consists of a cocktail injection of anesthetic, muscle relaxant, and what category of pain-killing narcotics? Anesthetics, muscle relaxants, and analgesics. Analgesic is the last answer, question 20's answer. That is it for today's trivia quiz. Thank you to Ricky3 for submitting another great trivia quiz. I think we have maybe one more. I don't know if we've played his first one yet or not, but he sent one in last year. He sends in good trivia quizzes. Like I said at the beginning, they need very little editing. I can really just take them straight from the email, smack them in the video editor, and then read them to you. It's as fun for me as it is for you. If you like this quiz, you can tell them below in the comments section. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and get ready because here comes question 21, the tiebreaker for today's quiz. The Spanish fleet's Santísima Trinidad is regarded as the most heavily armed warship from prior to the modern naval era. It was the world's heaviest ship upon its 1769 launch, with about 1,500 more tons displacement than Britain's HMS Victory. What was the greatest number of cannons it ever had on board? So it varied throughout its time. Sometimes they'd have less, sometimes they'd have more, but what was the most cannons that it carried? At its heaviest, it carried 150 cannons. And whichever player got closest to 150 is going to win the point. And if it was a tiebreaker, they just won the whole game. Congratulations. Thank you for playing. Thank you again to Ricky3. See everybody tomorrow for day number 319. And tomorrow's quiz comes from Sydney, Australia, which is a city in a whole different country on a whole different continent. See you then.